Hello, everybody, and welcome to the newest edition of True Confessions of an Aspiring Voice Actor. I am Chris Cottrell. I am the voice behind it. You will notice that here on Channel Geek we have two or three previous episodes that were done as podcasts, so they don't have any video to them. They have found a new home here on Channel Geek. And before I get into my adventures over the past week as far as my quest to become a voice actor, I wanted to share with you the reasons for the transition. Um, Digital Eden Entertainment is my business, and so I could always leave True Confessions of an Aspiring Voice Actor over there, but it really didn't feel appropriate. It didn't feel like that was the place for this kind of content. People are going over there to hire out some DJ and karaoke services, and we also have our game design side of things over there. So True Confessions just really didn't fit over there, in my opinion. And to be perfectly honest, I'd made that decision a long time ago, which is why there has been such a long pause between the last episode and this current edition. A big reason for that is because I just didn't think there was a home for it, and if nobody was listening anyway, why really mess around with it? But then a funny thing happened. I started catching more and more hits on our Facebook page for True Confessions. And I realized that there are people who are following it, and there are people who might like to actually hear more about it. So, that being said, I decided, okay, let's go ahead and transition everything from Digital Eden over to Channel Geek, and we'll give it a new home, and we'll give it a new life, and we'll try the whole thing again. So hopefully you guys enjoy True Confessions of an Aspiring Voice Actor. If you want to know more of what it's all about, just be sure to listen to the first podcast, and you'll get a rundown on what this is all about. You'll also get some advice and some information on how I started the process. Um, that being said, there is another aspect that I am going to be revitalizing on Digital Eden in place of True Confessions. It's going to take the same web space, but that's going to actually kind of flow hand in hand with what I'm doing here. And what that is that we are going to be offering some voiceover services. Now, it's been a very long time since I've done voiceover work. I did voiceovers when I was running at the college radio station in Eastern Kentucky, and also when I was at WLEX, I did a couple of voiceovers there. Now, that was all considered part of my job at WLEX, and over at WEKU, it was just a matter of me trying to get my degree. So all of that, I've never actually received a paid gig to this point. However, I am going to attempt that, and I'm going to get my name out there and let people see what I can do as far as voiceover work is concerned. I have been trained in it. I've done it before, so hopefully I can do something to where I can make a little bit of money for the company. Um, on the other hand, the quest to actually be the actor piece of things, I spent some time searching a new web forum because the Voice Actors Alliance seemed to disappear on me. I've been looking for the website, and the link is no longer active. So, not entirely sure what happened there. Over the course of time, I just simply lost track of it. And I haven't really been able to reach out to other voice actors to find out where they head to. But I did find an audition for an interesting Star Wars audio play that's going on. And, it's not a paid gig, but once again, when you're just getting started, you just want to get some credits under your belt. You want to be able to say, hey, I did this, I can show you this example, and this is what it is that I can do for you. So I went ahead and auditioned. I will not be hearing back until February 1st on that, so I'll be sure to let you know how that turned out. But I did learn a few valuable lessons when I was doing that. Some things that you might want to take with you if you're actually endeavoring to do some voice acting yourself. The first thing that I discovered is that the chair that I'm currently sitting in, this computer chair, is actually very noisy. I got the new equipment, and I did that to improve the quality of the voice acting, so that you could get all the tones in there and hear everything that was going on. And unfortunately, you can't hear everything that's going on, which means that that chair, when it makes noises, it really makes noises, and it's distracting from what you're trying to portray there. It's very, very unprofessional. Um, I know ideally when you're talking about a home studio, you should actually have soundproofing in here, and I could tell, when I was listening back to the playbacks, that you're getting a slight reverb coming off of the walls. But unfortunately, I can't afford the soundproofing at this point, so I'm going to have to go with what I have, and eventually maybe I'll get a gig or two that will help me, you know, pay for the baffling that I can put into the room to try to absorb some of the stray sounds, some of the reverberations. Um, the other thing that I learned is that, you know, it is actually useful to gesture, even though nobody's seeing what you're doing. It helps you get into character. It helps you actually emote what it is that you're trying to get across with the character. So, and nobody's watching you, so why not make a fool of yourself? You can do things, you can go over the top with it. This is something when I was a professional wrestler. Yes, I know it's hard to believe that I was a professional wrestler, but one of the things that I was taught when we were going through the classes and everything has to do with hamming it up. I mean, you want to go over the top with your expressions because your physicality is what the audience is picking up on. Now, I mention that not because you want to go over the top with your voice acting, because a lot of times that's going to be probably too much for what the role is calling for. But you have to recognize that when you're doing voice acting, you are removing the physical aspect from communication. Okay? All of our communication with each other relies not only on the verbal cues and the intonation, but it also revolves around some physical cues. We read body language, we read what people are doing. And you've heard it said maybe when you're working for a business and answering the phone that they can hear the smile in your voice. And this is very much true. The things that you do actually reflect back on your performance. They actually bring forth a different level of intonation, and it can help you really express what you're trying to express. So, don't be just sitting here and I'm going to tell you exactly what the lines say, and I'm going to read it word for word, and I think I'm bringing across some depth, some emotional, but because I'm not really getting into it, I'm not telling you what's going on. I'm not giving you the full performance. These are things that little touches that I think can help you out, and I'm hoping can help me out. Now, actual paid voice actors may look over this and say, "You're silly. You don't know what you're talking about." And for them, maybe that's the case. My encouragement is not so much to just do what I say, do what I do. It's more along the lines of experiment. Be willing to reach out and try new things, because insane is doing the same thing over again and expecting a different result. So if you're not getting the results you want, try something new. Try it, see how it feels, see how it works, listen back to it, see how it sounds. These are all things that are going to really, really help you out, and I'm hoping they're going to help me out. I can say that I personally heard the difference in my recordings this last time. I'm hoping that the director hears the difference and really likes what he hears. So if you've got any questions or comments, feel free to put them in the comments section here below. Don't be afraid to reach out to me. I will be happy to answer whatever questions I can. They may not be the most informed and instructive answers, but if that's the case, I'm going to tell you if I don't know, okay? Also, if you have any leads, I'm always open to reach out for those. So thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy the series. I'm going to try to get on it more often because now I've actually got my schedule arranged to where I can do this more frequently. So I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching.